Millions of royal fans tuned in from around the world as the American bride Meghan Markle walked down the aisle to say "I do" to Prince Harry at their fairytale wedding in 2018. Among the splendor, there was much to catch the eye, including the Duchess of Sussex's minimalist silk 200,000-pound Givenchy wedding gown. But her show-stopping 16-feet-long veil quickly became a problem, as it got caught when she stepped out of the Rolls-Royce that had taken her to St. George's Chapel on that beautiful day on May 19th. Her heel had become tangled, and she needed a moment to fix it. But the escorting officer who opened the door offered her no help. Royal author Tom Bower claims he was told by another officer that he remained unhelpful because of an incident during the wedding rehearsal the previous day, and that no one had any feeling of goodwill towards the bride. He says the explanation for the officer's actions foreshadowed what was to come. Eventually, Meghan managed to sort out the veil herself and stepped out of the car. But she refused to take the arm of a different escorting officer. But as well as the veil episode, the car Meghan chose to ride in also raised some eyebrows among royal watchers. Magnificent in its own right, the maroon-colored Phantom 4 transporting the former Suits actress and her mother Doria Ragland from the Cliveden House Hotel to the chapel had a rather unique history. It had been used to convey another American divorcee, the Duchess of Windsor, to the funeral of her husband, the Duke, in 1972. Was there anything significant in the choice? The Duchess of Windsor, a figure at the very heart of the abdication crisis, can hardly have been a welcome comparison, as she remained a figure of controversy until her death in 1986. The Daily Mail's Sebastian Shakespeare asked at the time if it might be a joke in regrettably bad taste. Only 18 Phantom 4s were built by Rolls-Royce from 1950 to 1956. Other models are in museums and public collections. It had been built and delivered to the Queen in 1950, when she was still Princess Elizabeth. The brief reign of Edward VIII came to an end with his abdication in 1936, after being told by Stanley Baldwin's government that he would not be allowed to marry a divorced woman and remain as king. He made a broadcast saying he could not do the job of the king without the help and support of the woman I love, the twice-divorced Wallis Simpson. The pair married on June 3, 1937, at the Château de Condé in the Loire Valley, but no senior members of the royal family attended. His departure forced his younger brother, the Duke of York, to step up and become King George VI, creating a family wound that never healed. Meanwhile, Meghan and Harry's royal wedding was the source of a number of other controversies, too. In the lead-up to the big day, the Queen had graciously offered Meghan access to her collection of tiaras during what Harry later described as an extraordinary morning.